Well, hello everyone. I'd like to thank you so much for watching my videos. I see that I have more subscribers as time goes on, and I just thank you so much for that. If you like the content of my channel and you haven't subscribed, I would encourage you to do that. And today I'm going to be doing another Bible review, and I'm so excited because this is another Church Bible Publishers Bible. And this ministry, Church Bible Publishers, I have to say is just a very generous ministry, and they put out some really nice products. If you're in the market for a King James Version Bible, I highly recommend that you check out their website. And they have some very good quality Bibles at affordable prices. And as you're going to see with this review, they take older text blocks, but they do a nice job of binding them well and putting out a good quality version of a Bible at a good price. So this is a classic study Bible. It's the Scofield 1917 study Bible, and it is the Handsize. So we're looking here, the outside is about 8 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches by 1 5/8 inches, somewhere around there. So really good size, and this is in the brown iron calfskin. So it is a really nice smooth cover. It has 5 spine hubs here, and I just love the smooth look of this. The stamping here looks good. It's not necessarily as crisp stamping as you would see in some other Bibles, but it's still really good quality. And so you're able to get a Bible like this, a classic Scofield Bible, bound really nicely for only about $55 from Church Bible Publishers. So I think that's fantastic. Really has some nice features as far as how it's put together. You've got this perimeter stitching here and a tooled line. As I said, it's ironed calfskin, so it's very smooth, but it is actual calfskin. And then you have a synthetic liner, I believe, is what's in here. It's edge lined, so that reinforces it, makes it stronger. And then you've got some nice cardstock paper here at the beginning. Your presentation pages, which look great. And I'm just really happy and impressed with how much is packed into this little volume here. So there's the title page. And you've got the translators to the reader, which you don't necessarily have in all King James Bibles, so that's nice to have that essay. But then of course you also have the epistle dedicatory to King James. Then we have an introduction, a panoramic view of the Bible, and then we get into the actual Scofield reference Bible here. So with Scofield, you're going to get a book introduction, and you're going to see that with the different books, a little introduction. And then you'll have notes as well in various places. And the font here is a 8.5 font from what I looked at and saw. There are center column references. There are dates, and it is verse by verse format. You also do get section headings because this is a study Bible. And so as I said, this is the 1917 edition of the Scofield Study Bible. You get all those classic notes. Scofield, for those of you who don't know, was a dispensationalist, and this Bible has been very popular for many years in dispensational circles. And if you don't know what that is, there's a lot of information that you can get online, and maybe I'll do a video on dispensationalism sometime. But anyway, it just shows you in certain parts of the Bible some very extensive notes. But there are other parts of the Bible as you get farther along here where they don't have a lot of notes. So I think Scofield's notes really are going to focus more on some of those dispensational sections of Scripture, prophecy, things of that nature. So here's another book introduction for the book of Leviticus. So I just love these classic formats. Now I also have to say that because this is handy sized, more of a personal sized Bible, they really did a good job with this. It's a good size. The font, like I said, is still a decent size, 8.5, but there's still nice margin space here. Not necessarily enough to write in, but it looks good. It's framed very well. The paper is really nice. I mean, it has a really nice feel to it. And it's quite opaque. There is some bleed through, but I really feel like that bleed through is not all of that. It's not really that noticeable, and it just, I think it's very readable. So I would give it a good score. The paper also really feels nice, isn't too shiny, and for $55, I think you're getting a lot of quality here. Here's an example of some of the notes that you might see. You've got, we're in the book of Ezekiel, and you got part 2, the prophets commission as watchmen, part 3. So, you know, sometimes you'll just see a little bit of insertion into the text, some things to help you understand it better. Okay, then there are places in this Bible too where you have some information about a particular portion of the Bible. So here from Malachi to Matthew, and then you have a whole section there talking about that. The New Testament, and once again we have a little essay here, the 4 Gospels, introducing Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And then we get into the book of Matthew. There's the introduction for Matthew. Again, because these are going to be dispensationally focused notes, there are quite a few notes here in Matthew. I've noticed definitely a lot of notes when you get into Matthew 24, Jesus talking about the tribulation, so a lot of extensive notes there. Here's a look at the ribbon marker, just so you can see that more closely. It's angle cut, it's gold, it seems to have sheen on both sides, very nice. It is a red letter edition Bible, so let's look at that here. And looking at this red letter, I would have to say it is very nice and pretty consistent. There might be a place here or there where it's a little bit lighter. I think here on this page it's just a tad lighter, but not bad. Definitely better than a Thompson Chain Reference Bible, the red in that. So very good, acceptable as far as I'm concerned. And again, I just can't say enough about what a good size this is, how much you're getting in this small footprint. When we get to the end of the Bible, you have a lot of helps here. And so the first thing that you see is an index. So this is introduction, analyses, notes, definitions, summaries, and subject references in the Scofield Study Bible. So that just helps you to see where different notes and things are in the Study Bible. And then we have a few sections here: Dictionary of Scripture Proper Names, Subject Index, and Concordance. So here's the Dictionary of Proper Names, and I'll give you a little look at that, what that's like. Here's our subject index, and I'll zoom in so you can see that. And then finally we have a concordance, which is very common in a lot of Bibles to have a concordance, but this has some extra things as well. And when you put it all together in the back section here, you're really looking at quite an extensive set of helps. I actually counted up that it's over 250 pages worth of helps when you get to the end of Revelation here, and you look at all the helps, you have about 250 pages, a little more than that, of helps. And then you have some note pages. And finally an atlas. And there's the index to the maps and the maps. Now I have to say, unfortunately, these maps were not reduced in their size, and on the Church Bible Publishers website they did say that. They were very honest about that. There seemed to have been some confusion with the publisher, and so these maps are cut off some. And now I will say too, they're not the greatest maps to begin with. They're pretty old. They're very loud, I guess you could say. You know, just busy, a lot of stuff going on. Makes them a little bit hard to read to begin with. And then they're also cut off. They're still able to be used. You actually can still use these maps, but that would not be the reason to get this Bible. You are not going to get this Bible for the maps, I can say. Even if they were reduced in size, they're still not the best in my opinion. But they're also cut off, so that's a little bit of a problem. You have some more cardstock paper. Alright, so let's just compare this to some other Bibles that I have here, just so you can kind of see how it might compare to, say, a higher end Bible. And I have here an Allen ESV 1. So this is an ESV Classic Reference Bible. I thought these two were a good comparison because they're actually very similar in size. But it's interesting to see, you know, just kind of how they look similar to each other, but also how they're different. In the book of Jeremiah here, you can see you're looking here at, in some ways, a similar format. They both have center column references. But in this Bible here, you're looking at a little bit smaller font. This is a 8.5, and this is a 9-point font. You'll also notice that there is red under gold, whereas there is no color underneath the gold. So with the Allens, you do get some extra pretty features about them. And they're really nice. The ribbons are going to be thicker. There's just going to be some nicer quality aspects to this. But really, what I'm trying to show here is there's also a lot of similarity. They're a very similar size. This is an ESV translation. This is the KJV. So there's some differences there. But I would have to say, when all is said and done, you look at the back of this Bible, there's a concordance, and then there's note paper. But that's it in this latest printing bound by Ludlow. There's not a whole lot in the back there. And so really the Bible's similar in size. You're actually getting a lot more in this Scofield Reference Bible, Handsize. So again, quality-wise, Allen is going to be higher quality, but it's going to be much more expensive. So I just wanted to show that you're actually looking at quite a good quality Bible for $55 here versus something that's going to be maybe $175. Here is a look at, on the other end, this would be a very inexpensive Bible. And so now you can kind of see that, yes, they're both similar sizes. A King James Version giant print personal size by Hendrickson Publishers. I've reviewed this, and it's a really good Bible for only $10, $12 on Christian book distributors. But we're definitely looking at better quality here. And this is just a text Bible, although it does have references after the verses, but no study notes. So again, a lot packed into this versus this. But this is a giant print, and it's nice. I mean, you can see that's going to be easier to read. So if you have a hard time with small print, the 8.5 might be a little bit too small for you. Now they do have a full size. I'll talk about that. But the paper, even though this is only a $10 Bible, the paper is okay. But the paper in this is definitely better. I would say, comparing these two, the Church Bible Publishers is by far a nicer Bible, but it is amazing what you can get for $10 to $12. So just thought I'd show you that one. And then finally, this is a really neat one to compare. This is a full-size Bible, and this is a turquoise put out by Church Bible Publishers. So the inside is really just a classic Cambridge reference Bible. And this is a 12-point font. And in the Scofield here, you can see the difference in size there in the font size. But again, really crisply printed and really not bad. It's not that hard to read unless you have eyesight issues. The other nice thing though is in the large Bible you are getting margin space. In this smaller Bible you're not going to have as much. So if you get the classic study Bible in a larger size, full size, you're going to get better margin space and a larger font. But for portability, I think this was done really well. So that's another neat comparison. And if you look, this is also brown iron calfskin with perimeter stitching, very similar in their looks. But that just kind of shows you the size difference between the handy size or personal size from Church Bible Publishers versus the full size or the mid-size. So there you go. That's a look at the handy size classic study Bible, the Scofield Study Bible by Church Bible Publishers. I hope this has been a helpful review for you, and thank you so much for watching Look at This Bible from a Fresh Perspective.